Ми не можемо просто довіряти Путіну.
We cannot simply trust Putin. Essentially, we cannot trust him anymore because for us, he is a killer, an aggressor. It is important that Hungary acknowledges that Russia is an aggressor. It is important that it recognizes the territorial integrity and sovereignty of Ukraine. Therefore, regarding all areas, I clearly explain that we had hundreds of meetings since the Minsk agreements many years ago. The parties negotiated between Ukraine and Russia constantly disrupted everything and killed our people. Therefore, only if this happens on an internationally understandable platform, in the presence of leading countries that trust each other, can we move forward. They may have different opinions, different views on the stages of ending this war, but we all must be on the same side. We must trust each other, and this is very important. The Peace Summit, by the way, showed that we can follow this path. More than 100 countries gathered, and today we are talking about energy and nuclear security. A clear plan will be developed in these areas. There too, a very clear plan is needed. We must understand that Russia will not use this to simply accumulate equipment on our territory, which they have occupied, because we will not stop them with strikes. They can just concentrate a strong force and then accuse us, as it has already happened, that we violate these agreements and start another invasion. This is very difficult for us. It means great losses for us. If the invasion is like it was at the beginning of 2022, when they invaded and reached the capital, at that time a large amount of equipment was accumulated on the territory of Belarus, and Belarus constantly told us that it was just training, no occupation. It was just training, military exercises. This is very important. I do not want trouble for my state. We are already forced to give an advantage to Russia. Today it is simply impossible. We need to be smart, and again, it is important who will be responsible for this, apart from Ukrainians with their lives. Which country? It is very simple to agree on everything, but very difficult to maintain it. It will be very difficult to find those who should be responsible, and the state bodies and someone. But we will see more calls for a ceasefire, especially when world politicians in the USA become more right-wing. You said that this war depends on the US aid. First of all, this is an important element of any plan to end the war against the USSR. This is not the end of the war. We've been here before, and it is just a frozen conflict. Frozen for the aggressor because it is frozen on your territory. And your people are in occupation. There is certainly an advantage for one side. I would like to end with this, and therefore it is very easy to propose something. The question here is to find answers to what will follow. Many talk about it, and it is normal for people to talk about it. But then follows my question. For example, what is the second step? What is the third step? Which steps will Putin disrupt? What will he do next? In a month, he will withdraw the troops or not? Who guarantees that he will withdraw the troops from the occupied territories? There will be further silence. No one has an answer yet. I am not blaming anyone, I just want to explain that we are responsible and we understand this. The debates, and in particular, who will be the President of the United States of America. And this is a fact because the United States of America today is probably the most powerful player in the world.